This New Net TV coming at you guys with another video. Before this video starts, make sure you guys go subscribe to MaSTAR Media. I don't hate MaSTAR Media, but I was watching in the middle of this video, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna say some of my points that I don't agree with, and some stuff I do agree with. But I believe this movie was amazing. I didn't really see any flaws in this movie. So many funny stuff that happened. I want to really talk about. I want to say what happened in the movie, but I want to spoil it for people. Well, people is here because they seen a movie review. But there's some funny points where Frieza was getting beat up for like an hour while Vegeta and Goku was trying to do a fusion. But yeah, no hate towards MaSTAR Media. I checked this channel here because everybody that looked did a review. They was like saying this movie is good and this, but he has a different opinion on that, and we're gonna react to it in this video. Also, I know I said I was gonna address the video because I was. What, 2 or 3 years ago I used to do reactions in MaSTAR Media, and he commented one time on my video because he liked reactions, but I was kind of confused as why the reactions that I did on his videos are just getting copyrighted out of nowhere when he said he doesn't have a problem with reaction videos as long as you're not sitting there, stuff like that, and as long as you're talking and stuff like that. But I went to the movies yesterday with my brother. I saw the movie. It was like 44 people in there. It got so packed that what was it? It got so packed in there that people had to stand up in the movies. People was actually applauding the movie. Like, it was so crazy. They did a great job. So, but I'm gonna see his opinion. I was watching up till 107, but I rewind it back so I could watch it with you guys. I want to hear his opinion.
Yet. It was a great movie, and I encourage people to definitely go see it. But it had some major flaws. And since it seems like nobody on the internet actually knows how to properly criticize, let's start with the positives first before we dive into the negatives.
I'm gonna say let me pause right there. Only one negative thing that I seen in the movie. It was like that they kind of messed up on one animation part where you couldn't. That was the only negative I seen where you couldn't see Piccolo's face. But besides that, like the story, like we'll get into it. Let's see.
The positives were it was the most visually compelling Dragon Ball movie we've ever seen. In fact, one of the most visually compelling animations that has ever come out, ever. The art direction, the music composing, the sound effects, the actual physical effects, everything was top-notch.
Was amazing.
Beautiful. But there was some major problems with the writing. Now, I'm not going to go over spoilers in this video. I'm just going to talk about overarching macro comments on some of the things that I was kind of really taken aback to in this movie. Now, I walked out of it definitely with a big smile on my face, but feeling a little bit disappointed. The first 30 minutes of the movie, which is mainly story, was nice, but it honestly felt unnecessary, and I really feel like they could have shortened it.
Let me say something in my opinion. Honestly, I don't feel like the first 30 minutes of the movie was unnecessary because this is what Dragon Ball Z fans have been wanting for a while. And what do I mean when what we've been asking for the longest? As I've been watching Dragon Ball Z over the years, I don't really know. They haven't really showed like the Saiyan history like this. You get to see more into it. You get to see more into it about the Saiyan history and things like that. So I feel like the first 30 minutes was amazing. I don't think they showed a good amount. They showed like the backstory of everybody and stuff like that. Prince Vegeta. No, the spoiler alerts coming in. Well, people is here to see the review because they seen the movie. People wouldn't see the review first, then watch the movie. But I feel like the first 30 minutes of the movie were amazing. I feel like it was amazing how they were explaining the Saiyan race and all stuff like that. I think it was well put together. But MaSTAR Media, he has his own opinion on that. But let's keep watching.
Down to about 5 minutes or so to explain Broly's story rather than pretty much retell this entire backstory with Bardock and redo it. It was a nice attempt, I feel like, but it just honestly, Dragon Ball Minus really didn't need to be.
Honestly, I get what he's saying. He says at first I was kind of thinking the same thing when I heard that like they're going to redo everything, but honestly, I adapted to it quick when I saw the movie. I'm actually glad they redid like Broly, like the story or whatever, stuff like that about Broly and Bardock, because they made it even better. They made it even better in my opinion.
There. I think the explanation of how Broly survived did need to be there, but everything else really didn't. Now, the last hour of the movie is literally pure screaming. At some points, it felt like it was just too much screaming, like for an hour straight. And I felt like they
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. That's what Dragon Ball Z. That's what Dragon Ball Z is about mostly. Like screaming. Like why do you think like Goku? Ah! Like when he's turning Super Saiyan 3. That's what Dragon Ball Z is all about. But the parts like he just mentioned when Broly was screaming, they were fighting in combat. I mean that's Broly. That's Broly. I mean, come on, he's gonna scream. It was a lot of screaming. I mean, that's what makes Dragon Ball Z interesting. The screaming and stuff like that.
Could have broken apart that whole hour and maybe given us like a 20-minute section of dialogue or something like that before it got back into more screaming. And it's really not broken up at all, which kind of sucks out a little bit of the energy and the build up to that fight. So they did a really good job building up to the actual fight. And when it
They
kicks
did.
off, the part with Vegeta, man, I think that's the best part of the
It
movie.
is.
Vegeta versus Broly, I thought was by far the best part of the movie. It was just insane, just absolutely insane.
No, they did a good job with that
sound
animation.
effects, like
I'm sorry,
the
they did a good
impacts,
job.
it hit so clean. Like it's hard to explain, but the impacts felt and sounded so good. They just did such a crazy good job with that. Obviously, you know, the animation was incredible, but I had a problem with the animation in that it was too fast. Like you have Yuya Takahashi, who is arguably, you know, the best Dragon Ball artist there is, and all of the frames are on ones, meaning that the camera work moves so fast that you don't even, your brain doesn't have time to digest all of these beautiful pictures.
Let me say something. Somebody said something in a comment. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it at? I just had it. You right, if I got it. Somebody said honestly, there was wrong with the movie. He said honestly, there was wrong with the movie. It's just like it says just people with way too high expectations who think it was disappointing. It was a great movie. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like I watch MaSTAR Media for watch this video, but you are kind of asking for a little bit of high expectations. A little bit. You are asking for a little bit high expectations. Somebody said, I mean, it's a Dragon Ball movie, man. Let's be honest. If you want more story and dialogue, wait for the series to come back. What more are you going to expect in the production of the movie? I feel like they did a good job explaining the sand. Like, when they showed the sands, like, throughout the first beginning of the movie, they did a good job explaining, like, with the story. Like, especially with Broly, explaining him all over again. It was kind of better a little bit, but, like, I like it. What more are you going to expect in the production of the movie? Yeah, that is true. But well, like I said, this is his opinion. I just disagree on some things. So, the only thing that I'm agreeing with so far is they did kind of mess up on the animation, but oh well. As long as I got to see some good combat and some good action throughout the movie, like I don't really care. I mean, they showed they. I like what they did though. In the beginning, they started off with the story and the dialogue, showing with the sands and all that. But later on, they started with the action. It was no more talking. They just got to the fighting right then and there, and I like that.
That he's drawing, like you can like see glimpses of them, but until we're able to go frame by frame in this movie and actually like see what was drawn, it's like your brain can't register it because it's 1/24th of a second. So in a lot of these movies, they tend to switch the framework from 2s and 3s, and they put a lot of this action on 1s, meaning that instead of going 12 frames a second or 8 frames a second, they'll put it on 24 frames a second, which gives this insane high-speed combat. But when you put the framework on 1s, the movement happens so fast, your brain...
Hold on 1 second. I'm looking at the comments on MaSTAR Media channel because I like the Dragon Ball Z fans. I like seeing when they debate and stuff like that on certain things. Okay, so I tried to cram everything into the movie, but that's impossible because there's literally so much content to discuss. You can't do that in 100 minutes. Samples, Burdock, I somewhat. I mean, we only saw Bardock like one time. Like, honestly, it's no point of explaining Bardock backstory. We've seen some clips of Bardock though. We've seen Bardock about 2 times or 3 times in the movie, about twice. Um, yeah, I already know the Bardock backstory. It's the same. They kind of kept the Bardock the same, like, but this time was it? This time they shipped him away. They shipped Goku away, and he died as usual, just like in the Bardock movie.
Can't really comprehend what you're seeing. You just see a lot of very fast movement. And I saw like little glimpses of just this beautiful artwork from Yuya Takahashi, but obviously it's not on the screen long enough to even actually digest it. And to me, I thought that was kind of a flaw of the movie because I felt like so much good.
Here we go. I got hit with an ad. I get hit with an ad. I gotta skip it.
The artwork went to waste. The other issue with this movie is the power scaling. You have Broly, yes, he has more latent ability than Goku and Vegeta. He has more inherent potential. That's fine. The fact that he lived and survived on this rogue planet and he got super strong because of it, that's fine. But this dude is going up against gods in his base form. It's
somebody
not right. There is
somebody said something that I exactly just talked about. He said, "Too much screaming and animation is too fast, MaSTAR. Do you not know how Saiyans work?" Bro, it's all about the screaming and going as fast as the human eye can't see, my dude. Exactly, like, I'm not gonna lie, MaSTAR. I thought you should know this. Dragon Ball Z is all about screaming. Like, it's just, that's what Dragon Ball Z is. Let's see what else.
Literally no reason why a base form Super Saiyan, no matter how strong this man is, should be able to go up against gods. Now, the yellow eyes, I'm not going to go into detail as to what exactly they are. You'll learn about that in the movie. But regardless of that, you still shouldn't be able to
he said that Broly shouldn't be able to go against God like Goku and Vegeta in their form. I mean, that Broly, he keeps getting stronger I think it's something about him, his power, that just keep pushing him. That's Broly that just keep making him stronger. But how Broly went up against Super Saiyan Blue in a normal state, in a form, I do not know how he did that. That's just Broly. He's just powerful like that. I don't know how he did that. He's strong. Broly. Broly didn't say the famous Kakarot chant. The only thing I didn't like was there was a lot of useless screaming, and it made my ears bleed. I don't get why people are complaining about the screaming. I mean, that's Dragon Ball Z. That's Dragon Ball Z. I mean, don't watch Dragon Ball Z if you don't want screaming, then don't watch Dragon Ball Z. Maybe down the road, Broly will help Goku and Vegeta. That's how it's looking so far. In the Dragon Ball Super movie, that's how I think it's gonna go. But I kind of like this Broly. I'm kind of adapting to it. At first, I wasn't approving of it at first, but I was like, man, they're gonna mess up Broly. They're gonna mess up this. But I kind of adapt to it. But some people in the comments, they don't. But you know. Underdeveloped. Dry and brainless beast. I like the angle they took there. Could anyone better? This is just a setup movie. Yeah, the way this ended, I know this isn't over yet. They're gonna make another movie, and Frieza just keep coming back. My brother was like, I kept telling him every time Frieza gonna come back, he's just gonna get whooped every single time. You should have stuck to review. But you know, like I said, I don't hate MaSTAR Media. This is his honest review. I'm about to end this video here. Let me just see what else he's saying.
Against gods who have been training and developing their forms forever. And Dragon Ball Super loves to do this. They bring in these Universe 6 Saiyans who are able to go up against gods. It's kind of dumb. Now, obviously, we know Gogeta is not a spoiler. So I want to talk about Gogeta. He didn't need to be in this movie. Like, I don't know why
he just said something that he said Broly, like somebody like Broly shouldn't be able to go up against God. I kind of agree with that, but But didn't in Dragon Ball Super, Hit could hold his own against Goku in like Super Saiyan Blue form and stuff like that. So by you saying that, like, then that means other people shouldn't be able to go up against Goku and Vegeta in their God form. But like I said, he had to make the movie. Had to make the movie. You had to give Goku and Vegeta some competition with like that's how strong Broly is. Like you had to give him some competition. So he's just Broly. He's just strong like that. So you had to give him some competition. Couldn't just sit there. Oh, you just kill him. The movie's over. No, it has to be interesting. That you got to struggle to get the W. Okay, Goku and Vegeta have to struggle to get the W. That's how all Dragon Ball movies go down. But yeah, that'll basically be it for this video. Link will be in the description so you guys check out the original video. It's like my response to this video. Guys, don't hate on them, but share your opinion if you guys want to. It's just my opinion. Some things I just don't agree in this video. Right now on this video, a lot of people are disliking. Make sure you guys show them some support, even though, but if you guys have a different opinion, and share your opinion, but have a debate without arguing. But I really don't agree on a lot of your points. It's about one or two things I agree with. Yeah, and that's basically it. But yeah, that'll be it for this video.